I knew something was wrong the moment she laughed at his joke. It wasn't the kind of laugh Emma used with me, the gentle, familiar one that said she felt safe. This one was sharp, nervous, too eager to please. We were at her firm's anniversary party, a room full of people in tailored suits and fake smiles, and I was just the husband tagging along, holding a drink I wasn't enjoying. Her business partner, David, stood beside her, tall, expensive-looking, and radiating that self-satisfied charm of someone who believed the world owed him attention. He had his hand on her lower back, guiding her through the crowd as though she were an accessory. I told myself I was overreacting. It's how people act at work events, I thought. But when she introduced me, "This is my husband, Mark." He didn't even shake my hand properly. Just a limp grip and a smirk. "Oh, so you're the man who gets to listen to Emma's spreadsheets at home," he said. Laughter rippled from the people around him, and even Emma gave a polite chuckle. My face burned. I wanted to say something, anything, but the words clung to my throat. All night I watched her. Every touch between them was small enough to dismiss but too frequent to ignore. His hand brushed her arm as they talked. He leaned too close when whispering something in her ear. And once when I went to the bar, I caught them exchanging a look that didn't belong to colleagues. When we got home, I tried to bring it up. "You and David seem close," I said carefully, sitting on the edge of the bed. She sighed, already annoyed. "Mark, please don't start. He's my business partner. We work late, we talk a lot. It's part of the job. I didn't say you were doing anything wrong." "But you're implying it," she snapped. Then softer, "He's harmless. You're reading into things." I wanted to believe her. God, I did. So I let it go. But belief doesn't erase unease, it just buries it. Over the next few weeks I noticed changes. Late-night texts she said were about a client. Makeup smudged even after she claimed she'd just been home working. And that phone always face down, always locked. One Friday night, she came home later than usual, smelling faintly of cologne that wasn't mine. "David and I had to finalize a pitch deck," she said. Her hair was perfect, her lipstick newly applied. I asked, "Pitch deck or dinner?" She froze for a fraction of a second before answering, "Both." "What are you implying?" "Nothing," I lied. She didn't sleep close to me that night. By Sunday I was searching for answers like a man drowning for air. I went through her work bag while she showered, something I never imagined I'd do. Inside was a receipt from an expensive hotel restaurant. 2 entrees, 1 bottle of wine, 1 dessert shared. The date, that same Friday. I sat there staring at the paper, my heart thudding so hard it hurt. When she came out, towel around her hair, she caught me holding it. Her face went pale. "Why are you going through my things?" she asked quietly. "I could ask you the same," I said, voice trembling. "Why are you going through this with him?" Her eyes darted to the receipt, then back at me. "It was work. Work doesn't look like candlelight dinners, Emma." We stood there in silence, the kind that kills something between two people. Then she whispered, "You don't understand." "Then make me understand." Tears welled up in her eyes, but she turned away. "It's complicated." That night she slept on the couch. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, every memory we'd ever built rewinding in my mind, trying to pinpoint when we started to slip. The next morning she was gone before I woke up. A text came in at 9:17 a.m. "We'll talk later. Please don't do anything stupid." But later never came. On Monday my friend Ryan, who worked in the same building as Emma's firm, called. "Hey, I saw Emma and that guy David heading into the Marriott conference hall this morning. Big meeting." I didn't answer right away. Something inside me snapped into focus. I thanked him, got dressed, and drove straight to the Marriott. When I arrived, I saw her through the glass doors of the lobby cafe. Emma sitting across from David. They weren't working. No laptops, no papers. Just 2 cups of coffee and her hand resting on his. He leaned in, said something that made her smile, that same sharp, flirty smile from the party. I couldn't breathe. I turned and walked out before she saw me. The drive home was a blur of anger, sadness, disbelief. My hands shook on the steering wheel. I didn't know whether to scream or cry. I did both. That night I didn't confront her. I didn't have to. She came home late again, makeup slightly smudged, eyes tired. "Rough day," she said, avoiding my gaze. I just nodded. Inside I was done being the quiet, trusting husband. The next morning I made a few calls. A friend of mine from college, now in corporate law, owed me a favor. I asked him to look into a recent merger Emma's firm was negotiating, the one she and David had been working on for months. He did. Turns out, David had been using company funds to finance client expenses that didn't exist, hotel stays, private dinners, all billed under false names. And Emma's signature was on some of those reimbursements. Whether she knew or not, she was tied to it. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted truth. But truth has a way of cutting deeper than vengeance ever could. So on Monday morning, as David strutted into his office expecting another day of power plays and smirks, he got a call from the firm's managing partners. My lawyer friend had forwarded the documents anonymously, with proof attached. By noon, David's world was on fire. I didn't hear it from Emma. I heard it from the news alert that popped up later that day. Executive under investigation for expense fraud. When Emma came home that night, she was shaking. "You knew," she said. "I did." Her eyes were red, her voice cracked. "They suspended me too. They think I was involved." "Were you?" I asked quietly. She hesitated, then whispered, "I didn't know what he was doing. I trusted him." I laughed bitterly. "That makes two of us." Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Mark, please, it wasn't like that." I cut her off. Don't tell me what it wasn't. Tell me what it was." She sank into a chair, defeated. "It started after we got back from your mother's funeral. I was lonely. You shut down. I needed someone to talk to." He listened. "One night it went too far. And then it just continued. I didn't mean for it to." Hearing the words didn't make it easier. It made it real. I stood there, the person I'd loved for 10 years sitting in front of me, confessing to tearing our life apart because she needed someone to talk to. "I was grieving, Emma," I said. "You were supposed to grieve with me, not replace me." She sobbed, reaching out, but I stepped back. "I don't hate you," I said softly, "but I can't love you the same way anymore." She left 2 days later. Packed quietly, said goodbye without asking for forgiveness. I didn't offer any. It's been 3 months now. I still see her sometimes in the reflection of a cafe window, or when I drive past the office she no longer works in. She reached out once, said she was sorry, that she's trying to rebuild her life. I told her I hope she does. But some things don't rebuild, they just remain like scars that remind you of where the knife went in. Sometimes I think about that night at the party, how one cruel joke from her business partner started unraveling everything I thought I knew. I used to wish I'd spoken up, defended myself, defended us. But maybe silence was the only way to let the truth show itself. Because in the end, I didn't need to humiliate him back. I just made one call and the truth did it for me. And now, every time I think of that Monday morning, I remember his smirk wiped clean. And I realize that sometimes justice doesn't shout. It just waits for the right moment to whisper.